Ladies and gentlemen, life is a battlefield, not of swords and shields, but of thoughts and beliefs. Every day we wake up and step onto this battlefield where the greatest war is fought, not against the world, but within our own minds. There are two voices in your head. One whispers doubt, reminding you of every failure, every mistake, every reason why you shouldn't even try. It tells you you're not good enough, you're too late, you don't have what it takes. But there is another voice. A quieter one, the voice of courage, waiting to be heard. It tells you, you can, you must, you will. The question is, which voice will you listen to? Because whichever voice you feed, that is the one that wins the battle. History isn't shaped by those who never felt fear. It's shaped by those who refuse to let fear decide their future. And the difference between the person who succeeds and the one who gives up is not talent, not luck, not circumstance. It's mindset. One believes in possibilities, the other drowns in limitations. Think about this. A tiny seed has everything within it to become a mighty tree. But if it is planted in poor soil and never given sunlight, it'll wither before it even gets the chance to grow. Your mind is the soil in which your dreams are planted. But if you nurture it with belief, resilience, and determination, there is no limit to how tall you can grow. Every great achievement began in someone's mind. Every innovation, every success story, every breakthrough started as a thought, one that was nurtured, protected, and fought for. The people who change the world are not the ones who never had doubts. They are the ones who refuse to surrender to them. You have a choice. Right now in this very moment, you can choose to be ruled by fear, or you can choose to step forward in faith. You can let the battle in your mind defeat you, or you can decide once and for all that you are more than your past, more than your failures, more than the voice that says you can't. The only way to lose this battle is to stop fighting. But as long as you keep going, as long as you keep choosing to believe in yourself, no force in the world can hold you back. The power has always been yours. The question is, what will you do with it? Every single day, whether we realize it or not, we wake up and step into battle. Not a battle of weapons or fists, but a battle that is far more powerful, the battle of the mind. It is here in this unseen war that victories are won and dreams are lost. It is here that success is either created or destroyed long before it ever appears in the real world. This battle is silent, but its impact is deafening. It is a war between fear and faith, between doubt and confidence, between excuses and action. One side tells you to give up before you even start, whispering that you're not smart enough, strong enough, or lucky enough to achieve your dreams. It reminds you of every past failure, every rejection, and every reason why you should play it safe and stay where you are. But there is another side, one that is often quieter, but infinitely more powerful if you choose to listen. It is the voice of courage, the voice of possibility, the voice that reminds you of your potential. It says, yes, you can. It pushes you forward when everything inside you wants to hold back. It tells you that failure is not the end, but only a lesson. It tells you that you are not your mistakes, not your fears, not your past. You are your choices, your efforts, and your determination. The battlefield of the mind is where every great achievement begins. The people who change the world are not those who never struggled. They're the ones who refuse to surrender to the voice of doubt. They heard it just like everyone else, but they chose to listen to something greater. They chose to believe in themselves when no one else did. They chose to keep moving forward even when the path was uncertain. And so the question is, which side will you fight for? Will you let doubt, fear, and insecurity decide your future, or will you rise above, take control, and claim the success that is waiting for you? The battle is not won in a single day, but with every thought you choose, with every action you take, you move closer to victory. The greatest warriors are not the strongest or the fastest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. And if you make that choice today, right now, then nothing, not fear, not failure, not even the past, can stand in your way. Inside each of us, there are two voices constantly fighting for control. One is loud, persistent, and relentless in its negativity. It thrives on fear, self-doubt, and insecurity. It reminds you of every past failure, every moment of weakness, every reason why you are not enough. It whispers that you're too late, too inexperienced, too broken to achieve what you desire. It feeds on hesitation and convinces you that the safest path is to stay where you are, to never take risks, to never step beyond what feels comfortable. But there is another voice, one that is often quieter but infinitely more powerful if you choose to hear it. This voice speaks of courage, resilience, and possibility. It reminds you that failure is not final, that setbacks are just stepping stones, that everything you need to succeed is already within you. It tells you that you are stronger than your struggles, that you are capable of more than you ever imagined, and that your dreams are not foolish, they are your destiny calling you forward. The question is, which voice will you listen to? Because whatever you focus on, whatever you feed will grow stronger. If you give in to the voice of fear, it will dominate your mind, chaining you to the past, keeping you stuck in a cycle of doubt. But if you choose to nourish the voice of belief, even in the smallest way, it will begin to rise, to gain strength, to drown out the negativity that once held you back. Every great success story was written by someone who faced this same battle. The difference between those who reach their dreams and those who don't is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It's the decision to listen to the right voice. The voice of doubt will always be there, but it is not the truth. It is merely a test, a challenge to see how badly you want what you say you want. And the moment you decide to silence it, to overpower it with belief, is the moment your life begins to change. You are in control. You are not a prisoner to your fears unless you choose to be. The power to move forward, to rise above, to create the life you were meant for is in your hands. The voice you choose today will determine the future you step into tomorrow. Choose wisely, choose boldly, and most of all, choose to believe. The world often teaches us that success is reserved for the lucky, the talented, or those born into the right circumstances. But that is a lie. Success is not determined by where you come from, what you have, or even what you know. It is determined by how you think. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you will ever achieve. It is the invisible force that either drives you forward or holds you back. There are people with extraordinary talent who never reach their potential because they allow fear, doubt, and excuses to control their actions. And then there are those who start with nothing, no resources, no advantages, but they refuse to let their minds become a prison. They see obstacles as challenges to be conquered, failures as lessons to be learned, and hardships as opportunities to grow. It is not their circumstances that make them different, it is their mindset. Think about this. Two people can face the same situation, but their reactions can lead to completely different outcomes. One sees rejection and quits. The other sees rejection and tries again, learning, adapting, and improving. One experiences failure and decides it means they are not good enough. The other experiences failure and sees it as proof that they are one step closer to success. The only real difference is how they think. Every great achievement in history was first built in the mind. Every invention, every business, every world-changing idea started with someone who refused to accept the limits that others placed on them. They understood a simple truth. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. It can be trained to find solutions or conditioned to find excuses. It can push you beyond what you thought was possible or keep you trapped in a cycle of fear. And the best part, you get to decide which will be. No one is born with an unshakable mindset. It is something you build, something you strengthen, something you choose every single day. When challenges come, and they will, remind yourself that the battle is not outside of you, but within. You are not defeated unless you believe you are. You are not incapable unless you convince yourself to be. The power has always been yours. Train your mind to see possibilities where others see problems, to find solutions where others find excuses, and to persist where others quit. That is the mindset that leads to success. That is the mindset that wins the battle of the mind. Fear is one of the most powerful forces in the human mind. It has the ability to stop you in your tracks, to convince you that you're not ready, not capable, not worthy of the life you desire. It whispers doubts, fills your heart with hesitation. It makes the unknown seem like a dangerous place. But here's the truth. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is simply a test, a challenge, a question being asked. How badly do you want it? Every successful person you admire has felt fear. Every great leader, every innovator, every champion has had moments where doubt crept in, where their minds screamed at them to turn back. But the difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is not the absence of fear, it is the refusal to let fear make the decisions. Fear is only as powerful as the belief you give it. The moment you realize that fear is nothing more than a mental projection, a false alarm that tries to keep you inside your comfort zone, you take away its control. What if instead of running from it, you leaned into it? What if you saw fear not as a stop sign, but as a signal that you are on the edge of something great? Think about every breakthrough in your life, every moment of growth, every time you accomplish something you once thought impossible. Fear was there, wasn't it? But so was courage. And in those moments, courage won. That means it can win again. You have already proven that fear does not define you. It may be present, but it is not in charge. The real battle is not about eliminating fear. It's about moving forward despite it. Because on the other side of fear is everything you've been waiting for. The opportunities, the success, the life you dream of, it's all there, just beyond the wall of doubt that fear has built. The question is, will you break through? Will you take action, even with the fear still whispering in your ear? You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be brave for one more second in your fear. That 1 second of courage, that one decision to step forward instead of stepping back is the difference between a life of regret and a life of achievement. You already have that power inside you. Fear does not define you, your actions do. Your mind is like a garden and your thoughts are the seeds. Whatever you plant and nurture will grow. If you fill your mind with doubt, fear, and negativity, those weeds will take root, suffocating every possibility before it even has a chance to bloom. But if you plant seeds of belief, determination, and resilience, you create an environment where success can thrive. Everything you want to achieve, every goal, every dream, every breakthrough, begins with what you allow yourself to believe. The problem is that too many people allow their minds to be filled with limiting beliefs. They tell themselves they're not smart enough, not talented enough, not lucky enough. And because they repeat these thoughts over and over, they start to believe them as truth. But what if, instead of letting self-doubt take control, you made the decision to nurture belief? Belief is the foundation of growth. It is the difference between people who rise above their circumstances and those who let their circumstances define them. Look at the most successful individuals in history. They were not born with guarantees, and they did not have a roadmap. What they had was the unshakable belief that they could create something greater even when no one else saw the vision. They understood that the mind is not just a place where thoughts happen, it is the engine that drives action, the soil where all success is planted. And like any garden, the mind requires care. You must be intentional about the thoughts you entertain. You must remove the weeds of negativity before they spread. You must water your dreams with effort, persistence, and learning. Most importantly, you must protect your mind from outside influences that try to convince you that you are not capable. Because the moment you allow doubt to settle in, it will grow roots so deep that breaking free becomes even harder. The good news, you are in control. You get to choose what you plant. You get to choose what you nurture. If you want to see growth in your life, start by feeding your mind with the right thoughts. Train yourself to see challenges as opportunities, to find solutions instead of excuses, to believe in yourself even when the world gives you every reason not to. Because when you believe in yourself truly and deeply, the world begins to shift in your favor. Opportunities appear where there once were obstacles. Strength rises where there once was hesitation. And the life you once thought was impossible suddenly becomes your reality. The foundation of everything you want is already within you. The only question is, what will you choose to plant? Everything great that has ever been achieved started in someone's mind. Every invention, every breakthrough, every world-changing idea was first just the thought, a possibility that someone dared to believe in before it became real. The people who build legacies, who shape history, who rise above challenges, are not the ones who never face doubt. They are the ones who refuse to let doubt win. Think about it. The airplane, the light bulb, the internet. There was a time when none of these things existed. There was a time when the world said, that's impossible. But someone, somewhere, had a different thought. They saw what could be instead of what was. They chose to believe in their vision even when no one else did. And because they believed, they took action. And because they took action, the world changed. That same power exists within you. Right now, the dreams you have, the goals you envision, the life you want to create, it all begins in your mind. But just like every great achievement in history, it will be tested. There will be moments when you wonder if you're good enough, if you're ready, if you're even capable of reaching that next level. This is the battle every great mind. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, luck, or resources. It is the ability to hold on to belief when everything else tries to shake it. Your mind is the starting point of everything. If you believe something is impossible, you will never attempt it. But if you believe even for a moment that it is possible, then you open the door for action, for progress, for transformation. That is how dreams become reality, not in one giant leap, but in a series of small, determined steps taken by someone who refuses to give up. Every world-changing idea was once just a thought. Every success story was once just a decision. And every person who has ever achieved something extraordinary was once just like you, standing at the edge of doubt, faced with the choice to believe or to retreat. The future does not belong to those who wait for certainty. It belongs to those who take a step forward, even when they can't see the whole path. Your thoughts are the blueprint of your destiny. Guard them, nurture them, and most importantly, act on them. Because the greatest achievements the world has ever seen were not made by those who waited. They were made by those who believed. Increasingly, every single day, you're faced with a choice. You can let fear, doubt, and uncertainty control your actions, or you can take control of your mind and move forward with courage. Life is not determined by luck or by chance. It is shaped by the decisions you make, moment by moment, thought by thought. The power to choose is the greatest gift you have, and how you use it will determine the direction of your life. There will always be reasons to hold back. The voice of fear will tell you to wait until you're ready, to avoid risks, to stay where it's safe. It will remind you of everything that could go wrong, every past mistake, every reason why you're not good enough. But there is another voice, one that whispers of possibilities. It tells you that you are capable, that you are stronger than your challenges, that your dreams are not foolish. They're waiting for you to claim them. The question is, which voice will you listen to? Every successful person you admire has faced this same choice. They were not immune to fear. They were not handed success. They simply decided to move forward despite the uncertainty. They chose action over excuses, progress over perfection, faith over fear. They understood that growth does not happen in comfort. It happens when you step into the unknown, when you take a leap, even when you can't see the whole path. You have that same power within you. No one can force you to believe in yourself. No one can make you take action. That is a decision only you can make. But the moment you choose to trust yourself, to take responsibility for your thoughts, your actions, and your future, everything begins to change. The doors that once seemed locked start to open. The obstacles that once seemed impossible become stepping stones. And the person you once doubted becomes the person who rises. Your life is not defined by what happens to you. It is defined by how you respond. You can choose to let fear win, or you can choose to rise above it. You can choose to stay the same, or you can choose to become more. Every great success story begins with a single choice: to believe, to act, to keep moving forward no matter what. Today, right now, you have that choice. Will you take it? Every great achievement, every moment of transformation, every story of success has one thing in common: persistence. The ability to keep going even when everything around you screams for you to quit is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. The battle of the mind is not won in a single moment. It is won through the relentless decision to move forward, to rise again after every fall, to keep pushing even when the path is unclear. Life will test you. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and moments when you feel like nothing is working. You will have days when the doubts in your mind seem louder than the belief in your heart. This is where most people stop. This is where they let their fears and failures convince them that their dreams were never possible in the first place. But the truth is, success is not about never failing. It is about never quitting. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. Every obstacle is a lesson, every failure a stepping stone, every setback a setup for something greater. The most successful people in the world did not reach their goals because everything went perfectly for them. They reached them because they refused to give up. They understood that the road to success is not straight. It is filled with twists, turns, and moments that test your patience, your resilience, and your faith. But here's what most people don't realize. The moment when you feel like quitting is often the moment right before the breakthrough. It is the final test, the last challenge, the push that separates those who settle from those who rise. If you can hold on just a little longer, if you can take one more step, if you can refuse to let defeat define you, you will find yourself on the other side stronger, wiser, and closer to your dreams than ever before. You did not come this far to only come this far. You have already fought battles, overcome obstacles, and made it through challenges that once seemed impossible. Look back at everything you have survived, everything you have conquered, and remind yourself you are capable of more than you think. This journey is not about being the fastest, the smartest, or the luckiest. It is about being the one who refuses to quit. It is about being the one who gets back up every single time. The mind will try to convince you that giving up is easier, but greatness is never found in ease. It is found in persistence. Keep going. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The battle of the mind is not won in a single day. It is not a one-time decision, but a lifelong commitment to choosing strength over weakness, belief over doubt, and action over fear. The mind is like a muscle. What you feed it, how you train it, and what you allow it to focus on will determine whether it becomes your greatest weapon or your greatest limitation. Every thought, every decision, every moment of self-discipline adds up to the person you are becoming. It's easy to get caught in the trap of waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the fear to disappear, waiting for someone to validate your dreams. But waiting is just another name for hesitation. And hesitation is the enemy of progress. The truth is, you will never feel 100% ready. There will always be doubts, there will always be challenges, but the people who succeed are the ones who take action anyway. They do not wait for conditions to be perfect. They create the conditions through persistence, through effort, through an unshakable belief that they are capable of more. Success is not an accident. It is the result of what you do every single day. If you want to change your life, start by changing your thoughts. If you want to achieve something great, start by believing that you can. Train your mind to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Train yourself to take responsibility instead of making excuses. Train your mind to push forward even when the road is uncertain. Because at the end of the day, your life is a direct reflection of your thoughts, your beliefs, and the choices you make. You have everything you need to win this battle. You are not lacking in talent, in potential, or in strength. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the story you tell yourself. And the best part, you can change that story at any moment. You can decide right now that you will no longer be held back by fear, by doubt, or by the limitations of the past. You can choose to rise, to push forward, to become the person you were meant to be. The greatest power you will ever have is the power to direct your own mind. When you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your future. When you choose belief, you choose possibility. When you refuse to quit, you ensure your own success. The battle of the mind is not won by chance, it is won by choice. And today, in this moment, that choice is yours. The battle of the mind is the most important battle you will ever fight. It is not a fight against the world, against circumstances, or even against other people. It is a fight against your own doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs. It is a fight that happens every day, in every decision, in every moment, where you must choose between growth and comfort, between action and hesitation, between belief and self-doubt. And the truth is, this battle will never completely disappear, but the good news is you can win it. And when you do, everything changes. Your mind is the foundation of everything you will accomplish in life. It is the starting point of every dream, every breakthrough, and every success. If you master your mind, you master your future. If you control your thoughts, you control your results. The people who rise above, the ones who create extraordinary lives, are not the ones who never feel fear or doubt. They are the ones who refuse to let fear and doubt control them. They understand that the only thing standing between them and their goals is the way they think. And because they take control of their minds, they take control of their destiny. This is the moment to decide. The moment to stop letting fear dictate your choices. The moment to silence the voice that tells you you're not good enough. The moment to take responsibility for your thoughts, your actions, and your future. You have already fought battles, overcome obstacles, and made it through challenges that once seemed impossible. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you realize, and you have the power to shape your life into something incredible. But that power begins with what you choose to believe. The world will always try to convince you of your limits. It will always try to remind you of your failures, your mistakes, and the reasons why you should settle for less. But you do not have to accept that story. You can rewrite it. You can choose a different path. You can decide right now that no matter what has happened in the past, no matter what challenges stand in your way, you will not be defeated. You will not quit. You will not let the battle of the mind be won by fear, by doubt, by hesitation. You will take control, you will take action, and you will create the life you were meant to live. Because in the end, the greatest battle is not about talent, luck, or circumstances. It is about the decision to believe in yourself, the decision to persist when others give up, the decision to rise again and again, no matter how many times you fall. And when you make that decision fully, completely, and without hesitation, there is nothing that can stop you. The battle of the mind is yours to win. The question is, are you ready to claim victory